This is Colonel Mordaunt's cock match. It was painted by Johann Zoffany. He was commissioned by the first Governor-General of India, Warren Hastings, to paint this scene. What we're actually seeing is a match between two cocks, one belonging to Colonel Mordaunt and the other belonging to the Nawab of Awadh, who is in a supplicant pose in relation to Colonel Mordaunt, which is quite interesting. Colonel Mordaunt was the British commandant of his bodyguard and a great personal favourite, and the Nawab was very devoted to him. The Nawab was homosexual and there were rumours about the relationship. What makes this painting so important and so iconic is the kind of relaxed cultural mixing that it shows, which is in a way very modern. The way that Indians and Europeans are interacting in a very multicultural way, each wearing their own sort of clothes, following their own kind of social customs, would be very contemporary and very current in Britain today. And it shows how far Britain has actually been influenced by the empire, as well as how much Britain influenced its empire. Things would have been very different in pictures painted 30 or 40 years later, when the empire had settled in and become the ruler of kingdoms like Awadh, because pictures became much more formal and ceremonial. This kind of informal mixing between Indians and Europeans would not have been typical and would not have been particularly encouraged. The reason this painting is different from the usual historical painting is that it's also what was called a conversation piece. If you look at it closely, there are all sorts of little events going on, little stories. For instance, in the top left-hand corner, there's a British redcoat embracing an Indian woman, and wherever you look, there are little interactions. There's the artist himself with one of his rivals, another portrait painter, standing with his hand rather patronizingly on his shoulder. So this is Zoffany having a joke about his rival. And there are various little vignettes going on which would have made this a very exciting conversation piece for its time.